Visit Pokemon Card Market and buy Pokemon cards from base set up to latest evolution set with best prices, secured system and easy handling. Only for European players.
How's it going, guys? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we'll be looking at the deck in the standard format, and in today's video, I'm gonna play with the Giratina Tauros Gumshoos-GX. So this is definitely one interesting deck to play. Mainly it's energy lock deck with the advantage of the Surge Supremacies, and basically you can see the cards in your opponent's hand once per turn, which is just pretty badass. On the other side, you can also use Gumshoos chance maybe for like 10 plus 50 more for each energy attached to your opponent active Pokemon, so it can also be pretty powerful attack for one energy from nowhere. But mainly with Giratina, we can just prevent our opponent from being able to play tool cards, special energies, and stadiums from his hand, but also Giratina will have protection from the Mega Evolutions as long as there is no Hex Maniac or Garbodor in play with a tool. So yeah, that's definitely an interesting deck to play with it. On the other side, Tauros-GX can help you easily to use the advantage of the Mad Bull GX and Horde attack and even Rage. So basically, you can attack a few turns with the Chaos Wheel, and once you have enough damage counters for the Rage, maybe for the one hit knock against one of your opponent Pokemon in play, you can swap between Giratina into the Tauros or reverse with the Ninja Boy, so just pretty damn good. 11 Pokemon, 41 trainer cards, and 8 energies. So running for the support, of course, 1 copy of Oranguru for the late game with the Instruct, just in case of the N. We don't need to worry too much about being N. 2 setups, Shaymins, 2 Tauros-GX for the backup support, 1 Yungoos and 1 Gumshoos-GX for the Surge Supremacies, of course, and 4 copies of Giratina with Reganget Pulse and Chaos Wheel as our main attacker. 4 Crushing Hammers and 1 Enhanced Hammer can simply give us advantage, discarding energies from our opponent Pokemons in play, but also with the Team Skull Grunt we can discard 1 of the energies from his active Pokemon, and with the Team Skull Grunt we can also discard energies from our opponent hands, so many disruptive cards in this build. 1 copy of the Escape Rope, in addition to that 4 copies of Piece of Puzzles, so we can have even more Crushing and Enhanced Hammers played without too many problems. 1 copy of Special Charge, so I can shuffle 2 of my special energies from Disco Pile back into my deck. Really no need to have more than 1, same as the Super Rod, because you can easily use Puzzle of Time and use these cards many times if you want. 3 Trainers Mails, 4 Ultra Balls, and 4 VS Seekers. In addition to that, only 1 Stadium, which is going to be Parallel City, of course, mainly to get rid of the Shaymins from the bench. In addition to that, supporter line is a little bit different than usual. 1 copy of Delinquent. We can also discard Stadium from play and force opponent to discard 3 cards. That's pretty cool, especially with the Surge Supremacies. 1 copy of Hex Maniac, 1 copy of Lysandre, 1 copy of Ninja Boy. As I mentioned at the beginning of the game, with the Ninja Boy you can simply swap between your Giratinas and the Tauros. But you can also swap, for example, Shaymins from play with the Ninja Boy, which is pretty cool. 1 copy of Olympia for the free retreat. Never know when you can use it and when it can be good, same as Professor Kukui. In addition to that, 1 of each supporter cards. I'm also running 1 Team Flare Grunt and 1 Team Skull Grunt. 6 Draw supporters, which are going to be 2 Ns and 4 Professor Sycamores, but mainly also Professor Kukui can provide us draw support, same as the Oranguru. And in addition to that, I'm running only 3 tool cards. 2 of them are going to be Fighting Fury Belts and 1 is going to be Floatstone, and 8 energies, all special energies in this build. So 4 of them are Double Dragon and 4 of them are just double colorless energies. So one very interesting deck, definitely, as I mentioned it earlier. The only card that might be possible taking the side of this build is definitely Pokemon Ranger. Mainly for the Jolteon, or maybe mainly for the Giratina in the mirror matches, but I think it's not that necessary, especially because I'm running 4 Crushing Hammers, Enhanced Hammer, Team Skull Grunt, Team Flare Grunt, and 4 Piece of Puzzles, so you really don't need to worry too much about them. If you're looking for any of these cards, you can find them on ccgcastle.com with TCG Set 5 code. You can also get 5% discount on your first purchase. If you're looking to trade your old bulk, you can also do that on ccgcastle.com for the upcoming Guardian Raising Booster Box. make sure to check my video description for more information you need to know. So let's do some game tests so you can actually see this deck in action, so see you in the game. Alright, so I'm gonna start first here, which is always good, simply because I can have that turn to use advantage. But looks like, according to my opening hand, this is not gonna be a good start. Only one copy of Shaymin with some energies and V-Seekers in my hand, no drop support, no nothing. At least I can have one extra card for the mulligan and one card for the beginning of my turn, so 2 cards can be drawn after my opponent managed to set up. But I'm still not happy, especially if I'm gonna top deck Professor Sycamore. Alright, so Olympia and piece of puzzle. Okay, so all I can do is play that piece of puzzle, and there's gonna be N as the top deck. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna be happy with that top deck. So one Hex Maniac, and that's gonna be it. At least my opponent cannot use the advantage of abilities. And there is one Acrobike, but I also maybe made bad call here, especially because I didn't use V-Seeker again for that Hex Maniac, and I'm not sure if there's gonna be Wildplume on the other side. That's probably a bad call for me, but there we go with the N. Okay, so one copy of M, 6 new cards for both players. There is Giratina, Crushing Hammer, Gumshoos, oh, there's a Trevenant, alright, Trainer's Mail. If I can survive this turn, I'm definitely gonna be happy. So 2 Flowstones played, and there's just Synthesize, which means he can search his deck for 1 Grass Energy and attach to one of his Pokemon in play. It's definitely gonna be for that Trevenant on the bench. Okay, so Giratina, double Chorus Energy, 1 copy of Trainer's Mail, which is gonna be for N, definitely. In addition to that, I'm gonna play this time V-Seeker for the Hex Maniac, so I can be 100% positive that I will have it, just in case of the Wildplume. There is 1 energy discarded. Let it be discarded from the Fomantis. And N for 6, so again, both players drop 6 new cards. There's a Fighting Fury Bell ×2, not bad. Yungoos Oranguru, I'm gonna play that Fighting Fury Bell down to my Shaymin, you know, just because I can strike for like extra damage here. Escape Rope. Alright, so Sky Return, time to Sky Return, and time to Sky Return back to my Giratina. Alright, so without energies on Fomantis, the best thing he can do is probably retreat down to another one and use the energy, and maybe tries to find that Lorantis in play. But so far there is just 1 Grass Energy attached to the Fomantis in the active spot. Alright, and 1 Professor Sycamore for 7. I see 2 Grass Energies right now in my opponent's discard pile, which means that it is Flower Supply attack of the Lorantis can actually help him to attach 2 energies to one of his Pokemons in play, or he can actually attach 1 to one, another to another Pokemon. So there's Trainer's Mail just for another Forest of John Plants. Okay. Well, that's definitely bad for my opponent. No sign of the Lorantis, so that's gonna be just another Grass Energy attached. I'm gonna clutch for my Crushing Hammer here. It's gonna be successful, and after that I'm gonna play my Ultra Ball, which is gonna be for M, and for that double Chorus Energy. Of course, it's gonna be for Gumshoos-GX, and right now I can finally see the rest of the cards that my opponent had available in his hand. So search the premises. 3 Grass Energies, Weakness Policy, nothing good. Nothing good for him, so let's try to set up one more time with our Shaymin there. Okay, not good at all. Yeah, definitely not good. Because I can't attack. I can just use my piece of puzzle, knowing that probably my opponent will end me, but even if he don't do that, I'm gonna top deck my Seeker as a top deck. So is it worth maybe to Escape Rope here? I think it's not, and I'm just gonna pass my turn for now. Escape Rope and Olympia should be keep it for now. Really no need to discard them. Dang, I was really hoping to find something like an energy card with my setup, but I didn't. And there we go, there's AM. So I discarded 2 pieces of puzzles. Unfortunately, I didn't get nothing good from them because after I used them, my opponent just immediately ended me. And yeah, that was pretty bad. But it's okay. 3 copies of Mantis, and this is going to be the first Lorantis probably for my opponent. After that, Ultra Ball for the Lysandre and Grass Energy. Oh no, it's for the Shaymin-EX. Alright, so he really wants to get that Shaymin and maybe even opportunity to power up his Wood Blast maybe here for like 110. Not sure how smart it is. Not sure how smart it is, to be honest. So there's a trainer's mail. Alright, an Acrobike. So far, no Lorantis for my opponent in play. This is not good at all. And okay, there's Ultra Ball, so finally he can have one in play. The best thing is that if I can find maybe Ninja Boy, I can just swap my Giratina for my Tauros, and then I can use the Mad Bull GX for the one-hit knockout. Actually, I can't because it's going to be only 40 damage counters. But who knows, maybe it's going to be even more. We shall see. Lorantis, finally the first Lorantis for my opponent. Alright, so there we go. There's Lorantis GX. And Flower Supply for 40. That's it. Alright, so Grass Energy to the Trevenant, and another Grass Energy. Might goes to his Lorantis GX. Okay, as expected. So, let's see, search the premises. Lysandre V, Seeker, and Sycamore. Okay, fair enough. 1 Sycamore for 7 for me. There is finally Energy and Crushing Hammer. There's gonna be 1 energy from Lorantis. Just because I want to avoid maybe knockout from the CORSAIR GX, so I'm just gonna attach my Double Dragon Energy and I can Chaos Will, but I'm gonna gamble here mainly because I want to swap my Giratina in the active position with my Tauros, so I can use Rage maybe for the one-hit knockout, and still have available that another Tauros-GX for the one-hit knockout with my Mad Bull GX. So will that be good decision? I don't know, we shall see. But worst possible scenario, I can always Lysandre his Shaymin in the bench for the 2-prize knockout, and there's another Ultra Ball this time for the Lysandre, and Sycamore for another Lorantis GX, and of course he can have that V Seeker available, which means he can get any supporter card from his discard pile. Any supporter card, and probably is going to be Sycamore. But yeah, he probably don't have a single supporter card left in his deck for the draw, so that V Seeker is going to be very important. And it is. It is the Seeker for Professor Sycamore, so 7 new cards for my opponent. He can have it for retreat here, and he can simply use the Wood Blast. Even worse, he can retreat to another Lurantis and use another Flower Supply for 40. There's plenty of options he can do, but he only has 7 remaining cards left, so he might even deck out himself here. However, I still have 1 Crushing Hammer and 2 pieces of puzzles left. So plenty of options for me to go here. And of course, one of them is going to definitely be Ninja Boy for that Tauros. The question just is if I have my Tauros left in my deck. If not, that's not going to be good. So 80 times 3, 240. Yeah, I have enough with the Mad Bull GX for the knockout against his Lurantis. There is no doubt about that. After that, he still can go for the one-hit knockout with Lurantis, but he can maybe go with the Wood Blast. So we shall see. Search the premises. 2 grass energies and Acrobike means that he will probably have enough for the knockout. 220. Right now, Wood Blast can go for like 50, 110, 130, 130. Oh no, he's still gonna be short. Okay, so Ultra Ball for Hex Maniac, and for the for the Tauros-GX. I do have another Tauros-GX. Tauros-GX, so I can definitely Ninja Boy my Giratina into my Tauros, and I can have that knockout available. But I might still get something like Crushing Hammer here. Nope, not gonna happen. So Mad Bull GX more than enough for the knockout, 250. And right now my opponent actually needs 140 damage counters for the knockout against my Tauros. If he can't do that, I don't know how he can recover from that. I mean, the best thing he can go here is gonna be for like 120. Oh, looks like he can't even go for 120. He probably just wants to use a Flower Supply. And I can use my rage for like 100 and something, 110. Since I can use my Team School Grunt, I think this is literally it, because we can have that Flower Supply for 2 energies to one of these benched Pokemon. After that, happen, so I can even have more damage counters with my rage. Right now 150 in total. Not enough for the Trevenant knockout, for example, but the Trevenants are getting even more fat right now. Alright, so my turn. Top deck is a piece of puzzle. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to search the premises. Well, he had 1 more V-Seeker available, and 1 Grass Energy. He have V-Seeker and Grass Energy. I see 1 Floatstone in his discard pile. So what I'm gonna do here, and what is pretty much safe play for me, is definitely a Lysandre play to his Lurantis GX. 1 rage for like 150, simply because he required Lurantis required 2 energies for the retreat, and without 2 energies he can't retreat, he can't one-hit knock on my Tauros. The best thing he can do maybe play Acrobike and hope to find something like a Floatstone, but after that I can even just win by playing my hand. Oh, there's a Super Rod. Okay, that Super Rod. This Super Rod is actually pretty huge here, because it's definitely going to help my opponent to stay in a play for a while. I know that he have like 2 more V-Seekers available, but hey, I'm in a much better position there. I'm in a much better position there, there is no doubt about it. If he can't retreat, I'm gonna have knockout against his Tauros, and all I really need after that is just Fighting Fury Belt and the Lysandre for the last knockout against his Shaymin and last 2 prize cards for the victory here. So there's a Flower Supply, and it's gonna be for 40. My top deck is gonna be Double Dragon Energy. Of course, we're gonna use the Surge of Premises here. And there's an Acrobike and a VE Seeker in my opponent hand. So time to get rid of 1 card from my hand with the Team School Grunt. Time to play my Instructor 1. There's the Trainer's Mail, so I'm keep digging on. Trainer's Mail for like something like an N, or maybe Special Charge. I'm thinking about grabbing that Special Charge for the next turn after I get knockout. But he had that VE Seeker available and he simply cannot use the N. I'm gonna rage. I'm gonna rage here. I'm gonna grab 2 more prize cards, which are gonna be Crushing Hammer and a Trainer's Mail. So I also have opportunity to take some energies with my Crushing Hammer. Of course, this is gonna be the knockout with his Wood Blast for like 130. And basically, I'm just gonna need one card here, which is gonna be Fighting Fury Belt. So can I find Fighting Fury Belt and a Lysandre? We shall see. There is pretty damn good chance that I can do that. There is pretty good. Oh, there's a VE Seeker. All right. So since there's a VE Seeker, I'm thinking about first playing that Crushing Hammer. 1 energy can easily be discarded. Ultra Ball. First Surge of Premises, of course. He have energy available. This is gonna be Trainer's Mail for the piece of puzzle. Do I have Fighting Fury Belt in my discard pile? Yes, I have. So that's the victory. Let's just grab the VE Seeker for the Lysandre. And I can Lysandre his Shaymin, and after that I can grab with 2 pieces of puzzles something like let's see, it really doesn't matter. Fighting Fury Belt and double Course Energy, it simply doesn't matter because I can go for like 110 and I can Chaos Wheel for the knockout and for the last 2 prize cards here. So yeah, pretty much very good deck. You can just limit your opponent opportunities pretty easily with the Giratina and with the Gumshoos. You can see the cards in his hand. Crushing Hammers and Enhanced Hammers can help a lot. So yeah, plenty of different options to play this deck, and that's the GG.